Hello there. Good to be with you. I'm Mia Gradney with your Houston headlines. We start with a heartbreaking homecoming. People lined the streets of Bellville as the body of Virginia Hollis was escorted by law enforcement, loved ones, and her beloved horse fitted with an empty saddle. Virginia was a proud cowgirl, an Astros fan, and a bright light to all who knew her. Matt Doherty has more on the tearful return to her hometown.
The streets of Bellville went quiet this evening as one of its daughters was brought back home. In the background, the sounds of a weeping mother, the spurs of a grandfather leading the horse that belonged to his granddaughter as they follow the hearse that's carrying her body. The parents lining the streets of downtown wore green like they'd been asked and brought their children to say goodbye.
Behind these sunglasses, I'm tearing up.
Nadine and Diane drove in from Houston this afternoon. They never met Virginia and don't know her family. Nonetheless, they were compelled to be here, helping tie green bows to posts throughout the town.
And I know how hard this has to be for every parent. I just can't even imagine what they're going through at this time.
From the hill country to Austin County, others line the roads to say goodbye to a girl they'd never met. What do you think about all this?
It's a tragic situation. I know we prayed for rain for a long time. We didn't expect to get it all in a day or two.
Virginia was among the girls killed on the 4th of July when the Guadalupe River surged through Camp Mystic. Her body was found days later. Family members say she was a cowgirl who loved the rodeo and her horse, Salt Valley. Virginia was named after her mother and grandmother, and her family says she came from a long line of strong Texas women. They say their sweet Virginia's loss will leave a void in their family that can never be filled. Lynn and Mia.
Matt Doherty, thank you. Now to yet another powerful story from the aftermath of the deadly July 4th floods. Kerrville ISD bus drivers braving the elements to rescue stranded campers. Amanda Henderson spent the day with the drivers who made these daring rescues.
Dramatic new video showing the moments a convoy of Kerrville ISD school buses precariously crossing damaged roads to pick up stranded campers and counselors along the Guadalupe River.
You had no idea what you were being called in for, and you said it didn't matter what we were being called in for. We just knew we needed to help.
We knew the basic. We were going to get kids.
Tybee High School principal Rick Sorella is one of more than a dozen KISD employees who answered the district's call for help from Camp Mystic and Camp La Junta.
The sheer devastation, it was very sobering. We had seen floods before, not to this magnitude.
Sorella says the buses would alert each other via radio of obstacles, ultimately bringing hundreds of people to safety.
They were in their pajamas. They were holding teddy bears. They had what they could grab with them in the middle of the night to get on the bus.
Sorella shows us the very bus he was driving that morning.
This is your bus now.
It's my bus now, yes.
Bus 8.
Bus 8, forever.
KISD's Bus Barn, as it's called, houses all of the buses used that day, including Bus 8 and Bus 6, where we meet Transportation Director Ken Knowles.
I've had the opportunity to review some of the footage from that, and what you see is girls coming out hand in hand, linked all the way onto this bus. You watch them get on to Bus 6, and as they're headed back into town, they're singing their Christian camp songs.
Knowles is referring to this viral video, campers and counselors from Camp Mystic singing songs as they come face to face with storm damage.
We'll never look at Bus 6 the same again.
Knowles was out of the country on a cruise when the floods hit.
I mean, you got to be so proud of your team.
Oh my gosh, I've never been so proud of a team.
Knowles says district leaders helped to quickly get the buses rolling within 30 minutes of asking for help.
You can no longer say I'm just a bus driver, because that day on July 4th and then the next day on July 5th, you were a comforter, you were a rescuer, and in my mind, they're all heroes.
In Kerrville, I'm Amanda Henderson, KHOU 11 News.
New high-tech flood cameras are now up and running in Fort Bend County. It's part of a system designed to give emergency crews a real-time look at rising water in your neighborhood. So far, 6 cameras are in place with dozens more on the way. The cameras are being installed in flood-prone areas based on data from past flooding. They're monitored at the county's Emergency Operations Center and are equipped with AI technology to alert officials when water starts rising fast.
We'll have AI components in there to trigger us to say, hey, something's going on here, you need to watch out for it. And then that pops up the camera automatically in here and lets the duty officer know that, hey, we need to start looking at stuff.
The project is funded by a voter-approved bond. We're hearing from a grieving son whose parents were killed by a suspected drunk driver just one day before their anniversary. Their son says this wasn't just about one reckless choice. He believes the Houston intersection where it happened is dangerously designed. Maria Aguilera spoke with him and went to see what, if anything, is being done to make that area safer.
Their love story started long before the days of dating apps.
My mom and Curtis met through a dating service before the digital age. It's called Great Expectations.
For more than 2 decades, Curtis and Catherine Van Dyst lived up to that name.
The life they led together was just magic.
On Sunday, a day before their 21st anniversary, they were on their way to dinner when an alleged drunk driver took their lives. Houston police say 40-year-old John Nathan Duell was speeding along Westlake Houston Parkway when his pickup truck slammed into the couple's Cadillac as they pulled out from Magnolia Cove Drive. The impact pushed their vehicle several feet. Curtis and Catherine died at the scene.
I'm still struggling with the idea that my mom and stepdad are gone.
Catherine's son, Nicholas Corwin, says it wasn't just a driver's decision. He believes the intersection itself is dangerous.
There was just absolutely nothing that my parents could have done to avoid this.
Now in his grief, he's urging others to think before driving drunk and pushing for safer intersections.
After crying for 4 days, sometimes there's just not enough tears left.
What would you want the community to know about them?
They based their life on serving others. They carried out the mission of the church.
A tragic end to 21 years of love between a recently retired Marine and a longtime teacher.
As tragic as it is, I'm glad that they went together, because, them living without one another would be so hard.
Maria Aguilera, KHOU 11 News.
We reached out to Houston Public Works to see if there's any kind of solution here. They tell us they will look at this intersection and investigate to see if any safety changes are needed. In the meantime, they're asking people with complaints like this to call 311 and file a report with the city. Now, something to lift your spirits. Everything is bigger in Texas, including a new entertainment complex coming to Friendswood, just south of Houston. The Houston Business Journal shared this rendering, which shows the B&B Theater complex coming to the new Friendswood City Center. In addition to a restaurant and bowling alley, it will have a 14-screen movie theater with some of the biggest screens in the country, including heated reclining seats. It's expected to open late next year. And just like they say in the movies on set, that's a wrap. I'm Mia Gradney, and those are your Houston headlines.